Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show. This is Katie. I'm your host. I'm so happy to be here. If you are listening live, it is the 16th of May at about 11 a.m. Pacific time. But if you're listening to an archive or a replay, I still want to welcome you to the show. I want to let you know we are over in the chat room. You can find it by heading over to 12radio.com. That's number one, number two, radio.com. Click on the chat button and you'll be redirected into the Facebook chat. And you'll see my banner there at the top of the page. You'll see some posts there from me and other people. And that's a great way to follow along and a great way to ask a question and just be a part of the conversation. So I would invite you there. If you would rather watch than listen, you can do that by watching the live stream. You can find it by heading over to YouTube or Facebook, looking for Katie Weaver Domestic Mystic. And that's the way we do it. So, welcome. Happy Tuesday. I hope that you all had a good weekend. I hope that you had a nice Mother's Day. I hope for all of us who have mamas in heaven that we were able to do something to honor our moms and not see it as a completely grief filled day. I know I've talked to a lot of you guys that really kind of hate Mother's Day, and I have felt the same way in a lot of ways, except for that I will say my kids, they took great care of me. We actually went to Boise for the weekend to have to be together with our kids, to have all of us under one roof, which hasn't happened since Christmas. So it was really nice. Um, they these kids, they're so awesome. They had marinated a bunch of meat and made kebabs for dinner. And so we made kebabs and we ate, and then we played yard games. They had this game, it's a ladder ball. Have you guys ever played this? It's kind of like cornhole, except for these little ladders that you have to throw balls on ropes with and get them to hold on to. There's 3 different ladders and there's different points for it, and that was so much fun. That was so fun, I'm buying myself a set. We loved it. I'm always down for more fun. You know how it is. So, anyway, it was good. It was really fun and just really nice. They gave me this cute mug that I'm drinking out of today that says "Raising Kind Humans" on it. Isn't that awesome? I love it. And I can attest they are all 3 kind humans, and I am beyond proud of that. I'm proud of a lot of my kids' accomplishments, but being kind humans, the kind of people that other people want to be around, the kind of people that will stand up for those who need it, the kind of people that see injustice and want to do something about it, that's my biggest flex, without a doubt. Now, some of you are wondering because you don't really follow my true crime page, but you do know that I was deep into the Vallow trial the last several weeks. So the jury went to deliberation on Thursday afternoon. I was there in the viewing room for closing arguments, and damn, were they good. So powerful. Left there feeling really pretty confident. The jury was out for about 6 hours total, I think. Not very many. And the uh, the jury came back with a full verdict. They convicted her on every single charge. So, 2 counts of first degree murder, 3 counts of conspiracy to commit murder, and a charge of grand theft. So, that's amazing. So, she won't be sentenced for about 3 months. We'll definitely be there for that. But until then, she's come back here. She's being held at the Madison County Jail and she'll just be sitting here. But since then, Arizona has announced that they have indicted her on conspiracy to commit murder charges for Charles Vallow and Brandon Boudreaux. And yesterday they announced that they are reopening the death of her brother, Alex Cox, to take another look at that. So huge, huge stuff. So, and I know, well, this is not my true crime show, but I know some of you guys have been wondering. I've been getting a few messages if you haven't been following me on Facebook, because I've certainly been posting about it. It's huge news. Yeah. So, anyway, that's what's up there. And I am just I am trying to grind my gears back into creativity mode because my first fair is in 2 weeks. 2 weeks! My god! Okay, I'm more ready than I think I am because I still have inventory from last year that's just as awesome as it was, and I still have a lot of things in the works, and so, I mean, like, I'm actually fine. But I do have a lot of my wheels finally turning when I get to this point. We'll, I can really start pumping stuff out. So it's good. But I wanted to show you something that we have been working on. I'm going to show you, but I'm going to put up a picture too because I don't know. I think my webcam just makes it hard to see little things. And I put these in the chat room already. I'm working on a series of patches. We've done a ton of patches for a local metaphysical store that are awesome and I love them, but I wanted to do something different from those that was just exclusive to us that were more like for women to put on. You could put them on jeans, you could put them on a purse, you could put them on a backpack, any other tapestry, you know? Hell, you could put them on a magnet and hang them on the fridge, but this is the series that I'm working on. So this is the night moth. And don't worry, I'm still going to show you pictures of them too in case that's hard to see. That's not terrible actually. Okay. There's two different mushrooms. Oh, that one's going to be hard. Don't worry, I'll show you a picture. That white just they are 4 inches around, and I just love them. I'm in love. Look at this one. The agaric mushrooms. My God, how cute is that? Anyway, so I have like 10 different styles that I'm going to stitch out this week. But anyway, I have these cute patches and I have these cute bags coming off for some of these to go on. And also, I'm going to sell these individually. But aren't they cute? I'm so in love with them. Everyone that stitches up, I get so excited because I can't believe how cute they are. Now, I have to give all credit. I did not design these. I purchased the designs from a Ukrainian designer who a lot of people in Ukraine, working and money has been a little bit more challenging since the war broke out there over a year ago now. And so, any opportunity I have to support Ukrainian designers, I will, because that's one way they can sell a product or a service that they can actually get paid for, and also that they don't have to try to figure out how to send out of the country. So, I have, when the whole war in Ukraine started, I had bookmarked a whole bunch of Ukrainian sellers and I keep an eye on them and the designers. I buy their designs from them whenever I can because that's a way we can support them. It's a way we can help put a little bit of money in their pockets that could be absolutely vital to their family eating or fleeing or taking care of themselves in lots of different ways. They could be someone who's already fled, but because these products are the digital files are already in the system of Etsy. They automatically send over, so there's nothing they would have to do. So it's a really good way to help. So anyway, these all came from the same Ukrainian seller. I spent a whole afternoon one day buying a ton of their absolutely gorgeous stuff. I will also say I think that is better work than I have the capability of churning out. That they are fantastic. So anyway, all credit to them. We're just stitching them out and having the ideas. Yep. So, oh yeah, I'm already on to my next case. A few of them actually. I Christy and I have covered a lot of Mormon or Mormon adjacent cases because there's been a lot of them in the news here in the last while. And we just, because we are former Mormons, we have a little better perspective of some of the things that are happening and why they're happening. And there is a case right now out of Utah. Oh my goodness, this lady. Her husband died a year ago, and she wrote a book on a children's book about grief, on how she and her children healed their grief or have been working on their grief from losing him. That bitch was arrested last week for murdering him. Yeah, yeah. So I'm already on that one. There's also a dentist in a Mormon family, a dentist in Colorado that recently poisoned and killed his wife. This was also a poisoning in Utah. So we've been working on that one. We're also working on a much bigger project that I can't talk about yet, but would be a national syndicated project. So we'll see. We're just working on it. Yep. Sid said those patches look like jewels. I remember when patches were huge in the 70s. Your mom would love your spin on that boho hippie flashback, right? Totally. That was absolutely her style. Yep. I love how mushrooms have made such a comeback. They are the cutest to me, the cutest folk art, all the mushies. Love them. And we'll stay on the husband's trial too, on Chad's trial for sure. But Chad's trial isn't even scheduled for a year. June 2024. Yeah, crazy. But I have another trial a case that I've been following, a case of two missing little boys in California that I've been on since the day those boys went missing. Like we have been on this case. It happened in California City, California. And it was the adoptive parents that were eventually charged, and they have been at trial the same time. So I've really neglected their trial, which I really hate because this case has not gotten nearly the amount of attention that it deserves. But they are in closing arguments today. So I've been tracking that, and yeah, there's a lot in my head. You see our little Lucas spun out on my neck, and I kind of got like a blood blister from it. I don't know. Every time I look at it, I'm like, how did that even happen? It hurt. I remember it hurting. But they would make great coasters. I had thought about that too, Lillian. You could easily glue these to round cork, you know, cut round pieces of cork or maybe order them and glue them on them. They would. They'd be so simple. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're also on the Brian Koberger case from the University of Idaho. Yeah. And in fact, our kids' roommate was at the University of Idaho's graduation this weekend, and they did posthumous degree awards for all four of those kids. He said it was super emotional and sad. Yeah, but he was there for it. It's an awful case, though. The thing I don't like about the Brian Koberger case is the way true crimers and the media have treated it. They've been super, super gross with this case, super inappropriate. There have been a lot of fake news and misinformation. There's been a lot of absolute harassment of the victims' families, of the perp's family. His poor sisters have been fired from their jobs and cannot get hired anywhere because of the harassment that they've received, and nobody wants to hire them because then they get harassed. These women haven't done anything. They haven't done anything at all. It's not their fault that their brother's a psycho. Hell, he wasn't even in on their side of the country when this happened. But God, people are crazy. Yeah, people have exploited the kids a lot, and we've kind of stayed out on the cusp of it. I think Nancy Grace summed it up. I am not a Nancy Grace fan, in case I've never said that. Um, I don't like her. Occasionally, she gets something right. I'll sure give her that, but I don't like her style. I don't like her. She hung her career on a case where she said that she broke the case and she insisted that this person was guilty, and they were arrested and charged and I believe convicted and then later exonerated because she was wrong, and she made a big national thing about it, and never an apology, never uh, never acknowledged that she was wrong or that she was at the head of that. There's just a lot of things I don't like about her. But one of the things she did in Moscow, standing in front of what she called the Moscow murder house and taking this big smiling selfie. Really, Nancy? Really? And then when people called her out on Twitter, she was so defensive and nasty. And I'm like, there is a line. There's a line. And I have probably crossed it myself. I'm not saying I'm perfect in any way, shape, or form, but gosh, Sometimes we need to remember we're talking about real people here and real families and uh, real devastation and real trauma. It needs to be treated like that. But anyway, that's all. I know. Sorry. Sorry for the soapbox. Hey, Maya, Rebecca. Hey, Quelly. Thank you. Renee. Thank you. Denise, Pamela, Maureen. Good to see you. And of course, everybody in the other chat Liliane, Robin, Laurie, Sid, JR. I was going to say Robin again. Robin again. Gosh dang it. Yep. Yes, people have committed suicide because of Nancy Grace. Yes, she has bullied the hell out of people. She's used her platform as a way to bully. And it's cost people their lives. It's cost people their freedom. It has cost people everything. It's not right. No. Yeah, we will definitely do some readings today. So if you guys have any, Maureen, I did see your question. Liliane, I'm seeing yours. Anybody else that wants a reading for sure. Sid said Brian Case psychology, studying criminology. Yeah, working on his doctorate in criminology while having stalking impulses is just insane. And I'm surprised no one else, at least that we have heard, have that kind of evil. I've ever had that kind of evil intelligence. Agreed. Agreed. But I'll tell you guys the inside information, the inside scoop on that from I can't say from who. The inside scoop on that is that he does have an accomplice. That person has not been arrested yet, but that they will be. It'll be really interesting to see. Yep. The infamous breast flash on Dancing with the Stars. Yeah. Ain't nobody wanted to see that. Nobody. My God. Well, let's let's take a look at Luminous. There are a few things in there I wanted to share and talk about. So I did put up a link. Oh, you should have received Luminous here about an hour or so ago, 2 hours ago. I was on the stick this morning. I wasn't. The pigs were. The pigs were out of bed, getting into stuff, making me get up by like 7:45 this morning, which isn't crazy early, but it's a little earlier than I usually get going. So everything came out a little bit earlier because Fiona said so. so, so thanks, Fee. Really, you're a pal. It's kind of nice. The last 2 mornings in a row, I've been up way earlier than normal, and I've gotten so much done. I really probably ought to adopt a I have kind of adopted a going to bed earlier policy during this trial because I have fallen into bed so tired at night. And I'm thinking I want to try and keep that up. In bed by 10. Not 11, not 12, in bed by 10. We'll see if I can do it. Frankly, in the summertime, I'm a bigger fan of staying up until like midnight because then you get the cool hours and then sleeping a little bit longer in the morning, but we'll see. Pamela said, I would love it if you could talk to my right shoulder and tell it to calm down if possible. Pamela, I will do my best. I'll talk to my right shoulder at the same damn time. Me and you were in the same boat. What is it with right shoulders? For me right now, it's right shoulder and right jaw. Oh, God. Jaw. I might be talking too much. Maybe. I'm having to go back to a soft food diet for a little while. This jaw is just pissed. And frankly, I am too because I'm sick of it. Okay. Let's share a screen here. But yes, Pamela, I most certainly will. I really want to redo my intro too. I almost dove into it this morning and then I realized, bitch, you do not have time. So I let it go for now, but I've realized that my intro is a few years old now. So I'm going to renew that, update that very soon. Okay, this art. Come on, man. Do you love it? How springy is that and beautiful? I loved it. Tell you what I want to do. I just want to like go to Yellowstone and take all the pictures I could possibly need for Luminous for the whole summer. Now, that would probably get really boring, just all covers of, things I saw in the Yellowstone Grand Teton area, but would it? I mean, everywhere you look there is just stunning, astonishing beauty. Okay. I called the magazine the Creative Juices edition because truly, we are in a super creative time right now. And it's good. We needed to hit this. I needed to hit this running, but everything about this week points towards creativity. So I think that'll be good for all of us. So I'd been reading some articles about creativity and the creative process and, what it looks like. And I found this common thread that I really resonated with and I loved, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I know that a lot of you guys are creative or would like to be creative, and maybe you get stuck in this spot. So I thought we would go here and talk about it. And I thought it was just me that has like imposter syndrome. I start creating something, and pretty soon I'm like, everyone else's definitely is going to look better than mine. This sucks. And then you go to I suck. And there you are. So I found this cracked me up because I found this graphic from several different people, several different creators, and then just a similar content or comment from a bunch of different creators. And here's the creative process. One, this is awesome. That's when you like conceive the idea and you're like, I'm going to make this thing and it's going to be awesome. Then you start making it. And then this is tricky because maybe it's harder than you thought it was going to be, because it probably is. And then number three, this is shit. Oh man, I have been in the this is shit mode so many times. And I will admit, I have a lot of things that got thrown away at this is shit that I went, nope, it sucks. I hate it. And then you go to I am shit. Now, please don't worry. It's not as disparaging as it sounds. It just made me laugh because I recognize this feeling so well of being like, I suck at this. I just suck at this. Maybe I just can't do this. Maybe I just suck. How many times have I said that to Scott, or Scott has said that to me in the process of trying to learn something or figure something out or make something, and it kills me. Anyway, so you go from this is shit to I am shit to this might be okay. And that's only if you can get through the shit, right? That's only if you can wade through the shit and get to the spot where you go. And for me, usually it's walking away, coming back a few hours later, the next day with fresh eyes. And suddenly you go, why was I so worried about that? That's not that big of a deal. Or you know what you could do. Or sometimes it's showing it to someone else, let them weigh in a little bit on what you could do. But then you go from this might be okay to this is awesome. And therein goes the circle. So, anyway, if you are a creative sort of any kind, I know you know that feeling. But it just got me thinking about how often have I abandoned stuff in the shit phases and didn't finish them because I decided at that point, nope, we're done. It sucks. It's done. I will give Scott a lot of credit for being a lot better than I am at that. He will finish it. He will finish it. And then if it just really isn't okay, it's not okay. But he doesn't stop in shit mode ever. And it really annoys him that I do. It's something that I am continuing to have to work on and push myself through and get my hip waders on and wade through it and get through to the other side of this might be okay. And also back to this is awesome. It is the true circle of creativity, isn't it, Robin? Oh my gosh, so funny. It's just so true. But I was laughing about it because, in our new agey circles, we are really big on good self talk, right? Like, we don't talk shit to ourselves, we don't say mean things to ourselves. So to go into the this is shit and I am shit mode, boy, that is kind of a violation of our terms. But the reality of it is we've all been there, and that's also okay. Kind of nice to know that others have too. Okay. Sid said, my creativity gets stalled out when I can't find the materials I had in mind, especially the fabrics. I used to love going to Joann's. It bums me out that they will be closing forever. Joann's is closing? Really? Ooh, I did not know that. Damn it. We get a lot of patch material stuff there for embroidery. Yeah, that sucks. I don't like now how everything like trims and ribbons are prepackaged. Yes, agree. Agree. Yeah. Well, I hate that. I have to admit, and I hate admitting this, but we have shopped quite a bit this last year at Hobby Lobby, and they are absolutely on my boycott list. Yeah, I have a boycott list. I think we all should. We should all spend our money. We should all vote with our dollars as much as we can. I think that's a really good way to make a statement is that you only support companies that you feel like deserve that support, and have the same kind of values that you have. And to me, Hobby Lobby, the owners of Hobby Lobby are, well, they're stuck in the shit mode. And I hate that we have been there so much, but they have the things that we need. And so it's just, we call it the store that must not be named. And we have to shop in there sometimes, and I don't like it, but it has been what is available to us. And ordering stuff like that online is dicey because you just don't know, you know? Yeah. So Chick-fil-A, Papa John's, and Jimmy John's are the other ones on my boycott list. And I wish Walmart was. I really wish Walmart was, but I don't have a choice. All I have is Walmart. I just I wish I could not ever shop there again, but they're the only big box store in my town anymore because they ran Kmart out. I loved Kmart. So anyway, and honestly, like don't do or don't have a boycott list of your own. Like I don't care, but for me personally, and then I have a few local businesses that I won't do business with because of their behavior, public behavior that I'm not going to support. But anyway, that's all. The unique stores are closing. Tuesday morning is closing too. And I think Tuesday morning is a really fun store. Okay. Kelly calls this week raw potential. Yes. Why? Because there is so much we can do with this week. We just have to. And thank God Mercury has gone direct. I think we've all had enough of this Mercury in retrograde. I don't like blaming stuff on Mercury. I'm probably not going to blame stuff on Mercury, but truly, man, I have had a lot of clients have big upheavals this month or this time around. Okay, let's read a bitch scope. Your life is expanding in ways you couldn't have foreseen not that long ago. If you're struggling with confidence and self-worth issues, aren't we all? Use some rose quartz and ask the universe, how can it get even better than this? Try to not let your brain run away with the question and try to answer it in any way. Distract yourself with math or art or music or movement and keep asking the question, how can it get even better than this? I love it. That's a good question for all of us to ask. Okay. I based my tip this week on color psychology. And the reason I did that is because I was thinking about creativity and color and things I was working on. So it's always a good reminder of the psychology of color. Red represents assertion, courage, determination, energy, excitement, passion, desire, sexuality, strength, leadership, and vigor. Orange represents success, creativity, warmth, health, happiness, fun, determination, sexuality, freedom, and compassion. Yellow represents hope, optimism, intellect, clarity, happiness, and freshness. Green represents harmony, growth, freshness, safety, ambitiousness, and relaxation. Blue represents trust, loyalty, sincerity, confidence, stability, faith, intelligence, tranquility, and calmness. Purple represents luxury, extravagance, power, ambition, wealth, wisdom, peace, independence, mysteriousness. Pink represents affection, harmony, inner peace, approachability, charming, romantic, tenderness, acceptance, and contentment. Black represents power, mysteriousness, authority, sophistication, elegance, formality, strength, and seriousness. For whatever it's worth, if you're thinking about your wardrobe or what color to paint your bedroom or what color to paint your front door or what you want to use in any other kind of endeavor, it's kind of nice to know what the psychology of color is and how it relates to what you're working on. I've always liked black too, Lillian, and I always think about this when we talk about the those lemons must be trying to bloom. Something in this office is killing me. Um, anyway, uh, black in the scope of candles, because black candles in candle magic are really powerful and people get super weird about them. Like there's some conscious or subconscious belief that links the color black to things that people may perceive as being dark or bad or evil. That is pretty unfair to black, to be honest. But uh, the color black in candle magic, you light a black candle to absorb negative energy and transmute it into light, the light being the flame of the candle. So, why wouldn't you burn a black candle? A lot, right? But every time you suggest a black candle, people get squeamish because they've got some preordained idea of what that's supposed to mean. Christy's energy exercise for us for the week is her calm mind meditation. Such a good one if you can't get grounded, you can't shut up your self talk, and you can't get focused. It's a really good one for that. And then Heart Happenings with Ginger. She's got a flower for every zodiac, which I thought was really fun. So let's see. Okay, fine. We'll read Cancers. That's not self serving at all. Your flower is chrysanthemum. The angels and guides say that being authentic to yourself and your dreams can attract more love in all areas of your life. We'll take it. Scott's been growing microgreens, and one of the greens he's been growing are chrysanthemum, and they're like hot pink, and they're kind of sweet. They're delicious. It's kind of fun. Okay. Jamie Dawn has a brand new video talking about this wild week. She said tension can lead to wisdom and truth. It's true. We tend to shy away from what we would consider the quote unquote bad emotions, but truly all emotions have a place. And energies like tension, just like anger sometimes, help to make something happen that needs to happen. So, I mean, how can you shy away from that too much, right? If there's tension in your world, it's worth considering how you can use that as a tool to get a breakthrough. Let's see. Lillian said several years ago, I went with my mother and sister to Barbara Shrink. Irene wore white, Barbara wore pastels, and I wore black. Guess who the shrink was the most worried about? Me. Oh, to see a shrink. I see. Okay. Yeah. Were you the goth girl? Yeah. I see it right now. Sid said pink has always been my favorite. I saw a plaque that read, if it's pink and sparkly, it's mine. I hear that. I love pink and black together too. Uh, it's become a really popular softball uniform for like the little girls. Pink and black uniforms. My God, they're cute. I love that combination. Pamela said, I think it's damn decent of black candles to suck up all that negativity, if you ask me, right? They're in here doing the hard work, and we're over here judging them like they're doing something wrong. Right. Very rude. Good point. Well, I did want to do a little bit of singing bowl work today, sacral, since we're talking about creativity. Denise, you miss Kmart too. You know, I worked at Kmart when I was in college, in high school and college. So did my sisters. So did Scott. My mom worked at Kmart when I was much younger, and I really liked Kmart. They were a fun store. Plus, shopping in there was like old home week because there was always somebody in there that I had worked with a million years ago. And I know I would much rather have bought my dog food and, you know, dry goods and all those kinds of things that I could at Kmart. Much happier to do that than at Walmart. But boo. However, I'm not going to lie, I've developed quite the Costco addiction. My God, they're a fun store. And it's stupid, mostly. It's stupid for empty nesters. Now, Mars is home for the summer now, but still, how much can she possibly eat? To buy much in food at Costco because what are you going to do with it? Unless it's frozen stuff, And I really hate letting things go bad and throw them away. But Costco has so many other amazing things. My gosh, their sheets and towels, their clothes, their shoes, their medicine. My heck. If you're not buying any of your OTCs at Costco, you're probably cheating yourself by a lot. They have prices on stuff that's just bananas. You can buy 5 of their brand of Flonase for the cost of 1 over the counter regular brand Flonase. It's insane. Yeah, all of my vitamins too. It's crazy talk. I know. You can't go in there. Yeah, Maureen said I go in for 2 things and end up with a cart full every time, right? Every time. And their rotisserie chicken, holy hell. You cannot beat it. You can't. I know. Costco is my jam. Speaking of that, I really need a Costco run because I'm almost out of coffee. Costco's brand of coffee, I think it's comparable to Starbucks's, but I don't really like Starbucks to be honest, or as a company, but or just in general. But I love Costco's coffee. They're just like house roast, house blend. Oh my god, it's the best. It's the best. And you can't run out of coffee, or what are you even doing with your life? Yeah. All right. Well, let's get back to it. So I brought my big old ancient sacral bowl. I'm going to chime it a few times. Yeah, the Kirkland brand coffee. Thank you. I'm going to chime it a few times. The first time I do, I just want you to focus on your sacral. It is the chakra below your belly button. It's orange. It typically rules your areas of sexuality, creativity, and joy. We got to clear out. So we're going to hold space that the frequency of the singing bowl, just allow it to move through you, removing any blocks, cords, connections, debris, anything that could be keeping your creativity, sexuality, or joy stamped down. So we'll do that first. Good. Okay. Now we're going to change gears. And this time we're going to allow the frequency of the singing bowl to bring our sacral into perfect alignment. Good. Okay. So my this week my challenge to you is to do something creative. And don't give me any nonsense about not being creative because yes you are. Every time you decide what's for dinner, you're being creative. Every time you solve a problem, you're being creative. Every time you pick out what you're going to wear today, you're being creative. Now, that doesn't mean that you're being wildly creative with every meal or every outfit or every decision, but you're still creating the world around you with every choice and decision that you make. So don't be telling me that you're not creative because I will call you on that bullshit because it is. Don't get stuck in shit, right? Move beyond it. Find something to do. We have a brand new idea. Not it's not a new idea. Uh, it is an old idea. It's you've probably seen some of this lately, but it's hydro painting. So it's the art of painting on top of water and then dipping an object onto that paint that then adheres to it. We're going to do it with scarves. We've been practicing a little bit. I'm waiting for a bunch of materials to get here so that we can really do it right. It's an ancient technique. It's an ancient Turkish technique called ubru. It's also, however, has been practiced in a lot of different countries, and it's pretty cool. So we have some fun ideas to play with it. And again, we've been working on it, but we also have some new materials coming that I can't wait to play with. Find something and learn how to do it. It's not that hard anymore. Anything you want to do, there's a kid out there for it. Even if you just want to try something and freestyle it, just always be trying to learn something new. But I can't wait for the scarf stuff to show you guys how it turns out because it's going to be very cool. Yeah. Laurie said, "Why is it that this particular tone resonates in my body and so many other tones feel very discordant? I was so curious. I often cannot even listen to some tones because they bother me so much. This one I like." Interesting. So this is the note of D. That bowl is in D. Uh, and it could be, Laurie, that the other ones you don't really need, and that this is the one that really just resonates with the frequency of your system. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Pamela, it wouldn't bother your hands too much. It's something you could do for sure. Honestly, it was kind of my thought too that this wouldn't be too much fine motor. I think. Not trusting the fine motor skills over here. Shouldn't. Uh, Sid said the tone and resonance of that bowl is so rich and soothing. The sound just washed over me. And Lillian said, I like the note of D. It was strong and went right through me. Well, in this bowl. My gosh. This is the bowl that I ordered from Nepal and waited many months for. It hit customs twice and was returned to the seller because I don't know why. And I didn't know if I was ever going to get it. And I had paid a pretty penny for it. So I was getting a little bit nervous that it was never coming. But the seller updated me multiple times that, he was trying to get it through customs. And then he finally did. And then by the time he did, he'd repacked it twice and put a bunch of other things in there to make up for the fact that it took so long, which truly he did not have to do. I was just thrilled that I got it. It's like 2 or 300 years old. It's my oldest bowl. Actually, he dated it 350 years old, and it is absolutely my favorite. Yeah, it's an amazing bowl. It sings forever too when you sing it, and I usually chime it for you guys because the subtlety of the singing doesn't always come through very well through my mic, so I usually just chime it, but it is quite the bowl. Maureen said, "Love the tone as since I've ruptured my appendix, my sacral has never been the same." Yeah. It's interesting how when you lose an organ, your energy body feels it, your spirit body feels it. Pretty interesting. Okay, I know I had a couple of reading requests that I wanted to get to. I am backing up this truck. Okay. Lillian said, could I ask you to see if you still think I should move to Virginia or stay in Florida? Let's take a look. I know this has been really up and down. I think last time we looked into this, Virginia looked stronger, but right now Florida looks a lot stronger. It's wild to me, but I feel like, y- last time you kind of had a last minute solution, and I actually feel like that's kind of the case this time too, for you, which I know sucks. There's a lot more security in knowing where you're going, you know, a little further out than you got last time, and I think this time may be similar to that. Uh, but at this point, it does still look like you're going to find something and stay in Florida, near where you'd like to be. Okay, Robin would like a reading. Robin, since it's just general, I'm going to throw a couple of cards for you. Okay. I'm just asking what you need to know, Robin. Okay. The first card I pulled is throat chakra. This to you is the same thing we're talking about. And that is this is creativity for you too. It is expressing yourself. There is such a deep connection between the throat and the sacral that if you are communicating well, then you are expressing yourself well. And it takes good self expression in order to create. And I feel like this is where it's at for you. Robin is melting some of the ice and getting really on your horse with some writing, painting, creating some of the stuff that you do. But it's coming from your throat, some self expression stuff. The other card is spiritual union. Now, this card sometimes speaks of a relationship, but not always. A lot of times it's more about your relationship with yourself and maybe repairing some of your own self talk, some of your own behavior towards yourself, self care. And I feel like that's where it's at for you. So, my reading for you basically is that this is a good time for you to work on the way you're talking about caring for and talking to yourself, as well as getting some creative avenues going, probably just opening up some ones that you've already been doing to really give yourself a spot for some self expression or some self communication. Pamela, let's work on that shoulder. Okay. All right, I'm going to run some silver ribbons from the top of your head all the way through your hand. So, calling in the ethereal energy of sterling silver. And then I'm going to put an aquamarine chi ball over that shoulder to just help continue to send cooling. Again, holding that message that it's okay to calm down and quit sounding the alarm. And then, of course, make sure you're supporting that arm. When you're sitting, when you're laying, don't let that shoulder sag. Make sure you're supporting it in some way so that it has no reason to complain. Okay. Alrighty, so let's make sure. I wanted to get to Maureen. Okay. Oh, Meg gets the results of her MPAT or her MCATs at 5. I'm feeling good as she studied her butt off and is just watching. Her evolve this year tells me the best is yet to come. Your thought, please, if you have time. Agreed. I'm not worried about the MCAT. I think that she got it this time. I think it's between that and the connections that she's been making in the work she's been doing. I feel like Maureen, she is the best is yet to come. She's going to be okay. I know. Scary, scary, scary. She's okay. So I'll hold space for you guys and for her that everything is going to be rainbows, rainbows today and good news. Denise said, odd start to the day. Fell asleep on the couch last night and was still there when I woke up with a start. Clock on the wall said 11. Bolted upstairs to get ready and sign in to work. Then I noticed it was only 7 a.m. and the battery had died on the wall clock. Don't know where I am in the day, lol. Oh, God, Denise, that is such a frightening feeling. Yeah. But that had your heart racing for a few minutes. My goodness. I'm sorry. Boo. Okay, we have got to get to our book. I hate to admit how much other books and a drum that I have stacked on top of it. I'm going to sneak it out here. There we go. I didn't know if I was going to have to create a whole thing here to get that book down. Here we go. Yes. Kathumi. This, of course, is a channeled message from Kathleen Peterson, from Kathumi through Kathleen Peterson for us. So thank you, Kathleen. I offer you my support in focusing on your life purpose and your goals. Call on me to help you prioritize things that you need to do. I will help you to keep your focus as you go through your day. I will help to remove obstacles to your life purpose. When you are feeling overwhelmed by everything that is happening and everything you need to do, call on me and I will help to smooth your way. Know that much of what you stress about can be worked out in a peaceful manner if you change your focus to that which pleases you and do each thing as you get to it. Know that the time restraints you place on yourselves are only established in your three-dimensional world. You do have the ability to expand or contract time. Notice how, when you are fully involved in a project, time can expand, or how, as you say, time can fly. Know that you have enough time to accomplish all that is needed without tightening your body into a knot. You will find that things are becoming too much. If things are, I'm going to try that again. If you find that things are becoming too much, call on me and I will help to ease the way for you. I will help you to focus and to move peacefully through each project. It is important to know that you always have assistance. Call on each of us to help you. You are not alone, and you do not have to rely solely on yourselves. When you ask for help, It is important to allow the help to arrive. When you ask for help, you need to accept the help when it comes. Don't be surprised if it comes in the form a form that you least expect. We are here for you to assist in any way that you need. Trust that you deserve the help and trust that your requests are answered whenever they are made. You may not always be aware of how you are being helped, but if you are open to receiving the help, you will be surprised at how much easier your life will be. You have all committed to a life purpose. Now is the time to understand that we are all here to help you along the way. We all want you to succeed in your commitment. You are all on your way. Ask for help whenever you wish. Those of us in the other realms have committed to serve you, and it is our honor and pleasure to be able to assist you in any way necessary. Open your hearts, open your minds, open your eyes and your ears, and ask for help. We are here to make things easier for you, but you have to ask. We will not interfere with your life in any way, nor can we help with a request from you. It is time to bring peace and joy into your life. For the more that you reflect peace and joy, the more that the vibration of the earth plane will change in the same manner. I send you thanks for asking and wish to honor and love you throughout every facet of your life. And that is Kathumi. So thank you, Kathleen, for that. And with that, thank you all for being here. Don't forget that I am a professional psychic advisor over at one2listen.com. You can find me over there every day doing readings, healings, animal communication, mediumship, cheerleading, strategizing, problem solving, and anything else I can do to help. Thank you so very much, guys, for your support, for always being here. I love you all. Have a good week. You know, I'll be back next week, same place, same time. You have been listening to The Katie Weaver Show here on 12 Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the world. Take care.